Oh, time to take a look at what's happening in the world of our book corner. Always something new and fascinating. I love this segment on a Saturday when I get to do the show. Now, today I'm joined by well-known children's book author Tshwanelo Serumola. Her latest book, Remarkable Me, you're going to recognize it because I'm sure you remember her first book. Now, this one is about empowering and with positive affirmations for boys of color. Now, it's going to link in very nicely to her first book as well. It's also helping boost confidence and resilience from a young age with easy-to-follow, rhyming text, which I'm a fan of. I like small words and big pictures and bright illustrations that reflect proudly South Africa's heritage. And she joins us now. Tshwanelo, good to have you on eNCA.
Hi, Gareth.
Thanks for coming in. So you got both books there.
I do.
And you're keeping them away from me because I think you're worried I'm going to steal them.
Well,
let's start with the first one. Can we just talk about your first book?
Okay, yes, Wonderfully Made.
That was the first one?
Yeah.
So is this a sequel, basically?
Basically. So this is Wonderfully Made, and this was my first book dedicated to little brown girls, and that was released last year. So this is the second one, Remarkable Me, and this one is dedicated to brown boys. So as you mentioned, it is definitely about, affirmations and affirming the brown-skinned child. So yeah, these are my offerings to the world.
And they're great. I mean, Wonderfully Made was, I think, very, very well received as well.
Yeah.
And that was specifically targeted, as you say, to young girls.
Yes.
How did you try and target it differently? What are you trying to achieve? Because obviously you've got young boys, you've got young girls, different kind of content as well. Why the difference?
So I genuinely believe that both young boys and girls need to be affirmed. So I started off with the girl child because I wanted to write a book that maybe I could have read, and how it could have changed the course of my life. So that's basically what I wanted to do with Wonderfully Made. And so then from Wonderfully Made, I was like, a lot of the boy moms actually came up to me and they were like, this is an amazing book, but I feel like boys need to hear this message too. Boys
were you ever going to do one for the boys, or was
Absolutely.
it you were always going to?
I was going to do it. So after the girls one and how well it was received, I was like, I have to do one for the boys. So that's how Remarkable Me was birthed. So the transition was quite, it was similar to me because I'd say like they're brother and sister. The books are quite similar, same rhyming pattern, different takes. The message, the core message is quite the same.
Possibly Remarkable Me, the new
Sure.
one. I can actually just show viewers what this looks like. Luckily, I've got very long arms anyway, so here it is there. Remarkable Me. Well, I'm going to just page through because I want you just to give me a sense of the story, because I was talking about the size of the text and the pictures. I mean, what are the sort of ages that we're talking about?
So I would say it's like 0 to maybe like the 4th grade, so like 10 years old. Those are the ages in which I'm targeting. But considering that South Africa's literacy rates are quite low, I would say that like any child in, the foundation phase to even like almost senior phase, they can still read these books for enjoyment.
And so I'm a handsome brown boy. There's so much to adore about me. I'm seeing a young man, school bag, what looks like a basketball or a soccer ball, school clothes, on his way. So give me the story here. What's the thread?
So the illustrations were actually done by Subi Bossa, and he did such an amazing job to capture each message, like the text to the illustration. So essentially the storyline has, like different phases. So it starts with their characteristics, then goes on to them embracing their skin, then goes on to them embracing their dreams and understanding that they're valid. So yeah, the storyline is basically just affirming the black child, affirming the brown-skinned child, and knowing that no matter what social circumstances you come from, you can aspire to your dreams because, you're worthy. And that's what I want little brown-skinned children to know, is that they're worthy of their dreams being realized.
Because there's always a danger, isn't there? And I don't want to get into the psychology of parenting. That's not what this is about. So this is about youngsters. But often at that age, you're starting to pick up and pick off of how your parents see the world and how your parents believe. And parents, let's be honest, as I've gotten older, much older, you begin to realize your parents are flawed. And something like this can create a neutral space for them to talk to their kids.
Yes, absolutely. So what I also love for it is that it's not only having children read for academic purposes, but they should also read for leisure. And I think when parents and children actually maybe take those 15 minutes before bed to go through such stories, and it makes like a really huge impact on their childhood development as well. So yeah, I think it's a great way for parents to bond with their children.
I'm just picking up on a few of the themes here. The one that we saw on air a moment ago was I work towards my dream. I can flip over to the next one as well. I help in my community as well. Was it so important at that age, I'm going to say the ECD age, early childhood development stage as well, that it's about understanding the world doesn't revolve just around you?
Yes, no. Community is important, and that's also what I wanted to be displayed in this book, to know that, there's a page that says, I am a brown-skinned boy and I play fair. I do not discriminate against those who are different from me, so it's about spreading love, not hate, to the people who are different from me.
There's that page that you're talking about there.
Yeah, and so you have to be an accepting brown boy, and I feel like when these principles and values are imprinted in them from an early age, they really can change the course of their lives, and also how they interact in society.
What was the feedback you were getting from the first one? Did you change anything? Obviously you got great feedback. It's why you did the second one, even though it was the plan. Did you get feedback from parents or guardians, teachers, whatever it might have been, going, love this, but?
Yes. So essentially, I think the one thing was that they felt like it was too restricting. If anything, they wanted me to have my writing styles like maybe directed to a more vast, group of children. So essentially, I think that's what I would like to do in future. Not only write for the brown children, but also just increase my span. But I would say the feedback was quite great. I really got such encouraging messages from teachers. I think when they looked at the cover of the little girl, the one story that touched my heart was there was a teacher who messaged me and they said that their learner went to their school library to get this book and then ran to class so excited, saying, "You know why I got this book? Is because the girl on the cover looks exactly like
could identify right away.
Could identify, and I think that is so important. They need to be represented in the literature that they read."
I'm going to say goodbye to you in a second, but I know we're going to get tweets. People are going to be messaging me on social media. Gareth, please, where do we get the book? So just give us the punt on that. Where are they available?
Yes, so they're available online, but then they're also available at your nearest exclusive books, bargain books. So your nearest bookstore, I'm pretty sure you can get them. And also Book Circle Capital in Melville. You can definitely get
It's Sewela, isn't it?
Yes, Sewela.
I know Sewela quite well. A lovely little bookstore.
Yes.
Just do yourself have a go ahead and go and find Sewela at Book Circle Capital as well. Congratulations.
Thank
number
you.
2. Is it going to be a number 3?
Number 3 is maybe in the works. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. You're going to come back and talk to me if you do, but there it is. Tshwanelo Serumola, Remarkable Me. It's part 2. This is what's for the little boys, little brown boys. You can, of course, go and get Wonderfully Made, which was for the little brown girls as well. So wonderful read, very easy. Teachers, parents, this one's for you.